You are in a spiritual battle, okay? You could go in all the annuities, all you want, all of the savings plan, and they could cut couple percentage points off your that ain't gonna change nothing, okay? Because there's a spirit that's literally orchestrating all of this in your life, but the dream is showing it to you. So if you see cockroaches in a dream, buddy, you better get to work right away and begin. I sorry for those of you who are not safe. I really feel bad for you because you need to be safe in order to participate in the benefits, such as what I'm telling you now, of Christ to come to fight these things. That's what you need. So if you are there, you didn't give your life to the Lord, and you say, "Oh, Kevin, I can't do that right now." Who are you doing these things to? You telling me now, okay, God, I'm going to accept your son, okay, as a savior in my life, but I really need your benefits right now. I think so. That don't work like that. You need to go sit down. All right. Another sign: if you having a dream, and in these dreams you have a lot of incomplete transactions. For example, let's say in a dream you about to do a contract on a home or whatever the case may be. But for every time you have the dream, you would wake up out of the dream. Or you're about to do some kind of financial exchange or paying for something or whatever the case may be. But for whatever reason, either you wake up out of the dream or something comes while you're dreaming to interrupt the transaction you're about to do. All of that represent a spirit of poverty. It is to prevent you from engaging in anything that will bring increase to your life. So the symbols of the dream is showing you clearly this is the real cause behind what's happening to you. This is the real cause why you are the district manager making thousands of dollars per month, but you living like an entry level employee on the job. You owe everybody and their cousin. You have to be, even though you collect a 5-figure, 6-figure salary, you still borrowing from people. That don't make no sense. You making all this money, plus you still have to get a side job, and still you can't make ends meet. My friend, hear me and hear me well. You are dealing with a spirit, namely a spirit of poverty. Okay. Again, walking barefoot. Yes. Anytime you have a dream, and in this dream you are walking with no shoes on, this dream have multiple meanings, but one of the main interpretation is that it speaks of a spirit of poverty. So I told you before, shoes in a dream represents preparation. You put on shoes to go to a particular location, destination, destiny it speaks of. So therefore, if you're on the streets walking with no shoes, you are not prepared. But it also is a symbol of not having sufficient resources to be prepared, which speaks of poverty. So if you can't afford shoes, I mean, come on now, you really, really doing bad, right? So again, these are just symbols to a greater reality. Once you interpret the symbol principle, I know what I'm dealing with now, so I know what to do now. And coming towards the end of this, I'm going to show you what to do to break this. And I'm also going to show you what you are doing to maintain the spirit in your life, even though you're praying and fasting against it. So now you will see what's bringing the confusion in your life because you're not seeing any progress. Okay. But we're going to get there. All right. So the next one we're looking at here is trying to buy something but unable to do it in the dream. All right. You want to pay for something. And I've had these dreams too. You go to a particular place in the dream, a store, whatever. You put your items on the thing there. It's time to pay. The card isn't working, or the machine that they're using to run the card, that's tripping, or you go in the pocket because you thought you had the funds, come to find that you have no money. Whenever you're having these dreams, again, especially if they're repeated, my friend, if these dreams are repeating, it's almost as if the heavenly realm is saying, please, please, before destruction, what is looming for you, before the inevitable come, you have these opportunities to change it now. Take note of the dream. That's why the dream is repeating itself, just like the dream with Pharaoh. Pharaoh had two dreams with similar contents. Okay. When Joseph said, behold, the two dreams, which are different, but really they're one dream, one confirming the other. And he said, surely this is what God is going to do. So when a dream is repeating itself, it speaks of confirmation. This is something that's going to happen. So you need to get to work on it. Okay. The next one. The next one is, and I've had this dream before. So you in the dream, you're going to the bank to do some whatever transaction, deposit, withdraw, whatever. And before you get to the bank door, everybody's going inside, everybody going inside. It's only when you get to the door that security pull the door, click, 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 click. They turn the sign, bank closed. And again, you've had this dream any number of occasions, but it only happens when you get there. Another dream would be you're in the bank, you're actually in the bank to use the ATM. You go to the ATM, your ATM card would not work. It would not work. Now, everybody else coming in there using the machine with no problem. You try and nothing would happen. You go inside the bank and you're in the line to go to one of the tellers, okay? And let's say they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tellers there, right? And your line may even be the longest or even the shortest. Everything is running smooth with everybody. Only when you get next in line and the person in the front of you, they're finished with their transaction with the teller, and it's time for you now to go, the teller put the close sign there. A spirit of poverty. And what the dream is showing you, this spirit is blocking every area of your life. Where there's any form of increase that can seep into your life, it's shutting it down.